Yeah, I'm so sorry for the break. I created the link on other my other Google account, so I couldn't record using the other Chrome. So I had to just do an adjustment to this one. Sorry, because I want this session to be recorded. So as I was saying, for those that doesn't have Power BI on their system, you can just type Power BI on your Google page. Please, are we together?
Why you take you bring this laptop sef for here dey see?
So are we together? Please, I need reactions. Please, just reactions. So, as I was saying, if you don't have Power BI on your system, just type Power BI on on your Google and click on this. There's an official website for that. That's Microsoft. It's a Microsoft product, so it's free to use basically. But there's a paid version of it. It is free to use, but there's a paid version. So you can download the free version from this Microsoft website. That's a free version of Power BI. You see, download free. I think it's somewhere. Where is this thing? You can click on try for free here or get started here. If you click on that, it downloads into your system. That way you can use it. You can basically use all the features except for the publishing feature. The publishing aspect is let me open this up to my system. Software is opening. It's coming up. Yeah, I'm in the software. You should know that Power BI gets updated like I think every week. Is it every week or every month? It gets updated every month or every week or so. So there's a need to keep updating your software if you are using it. So this is basically the first page you get interaction you interact with basically. It shows different options of importing data into the software. I'm going to click on this blank report, so it takes us into the software itself. So I know there's a lot going on this software, but then different sections of this software. There are different sections of this software that are broken down into different pans, PANE pans. So we have the visualization pans here. We have the this is the report view. We have the table view. We have the model view. We have the model view. These ones are advanced. They are advanced. We won't touch these ones for now. So if you are in your software like this, of course, before you can do anything, the first thing you need to do is you have to get the data you want to work with. You have to get the data you want to work with. And for for the last class I held, when it comes to data analysis, if you want to analyze the data, there's always a goal in mind. There's always a goal in mind. And of course, to achieve your goal, or you have to have the data to analyze, obviously. So you bring your data into your software at first. How do you bring your data into your software? The first page we saw, it shows us different options of importing data into the software. Different options of importing data into the software. But then if you check this toolbar here, we have get data, we have get data. If you want to bring your data into the software, you click on this get data. Now there are different options. You can get your data from Excel workbook, from Power BI semantic models, from SQL Server. It can be a CSV file. It can be. There are different options that you can get, that you can utilize or use to get your data. Now the data I want to work with, because in this video we'll be mostly dealing with data cleaning. Now you don't do your data cleaning in this visualization that we are in right now. There's in Power BI, there's what we call the Power Query. Our data cleaning is done in the Power Query window. By the time I click on Excel workbook to get my data and I import my data, it's going to tell me if I want to load my data directly or I want to transform. That transform is asking me, are there some amendments that I want to do to my data? Do I want to clean my data? So if I click on Excel workbook, it's going to take me to my system. Then I can click on any data I want to work with. Like these are some of the recent files I worked on. So I'll be picking this sales data. I'll be picking this sales data. So we do some data cleaning on this sales data. Then that'll be it for this class. Then in the next class, we do another cleaning on another data. Then we do data modeling. Then we go to visualization. So I clicked on my sales data. The first thing I did was click on get data. Then I clicked on Excel workbook. Then I'll click on my sales data. It's an Excel file. Then I'll click on open. So it's loading. So after it loads, I will click on my sales. In this sales data, there are two sheets. We have the sales and the sheets one. So I'll click on the sheet sales. It's going to show you a preview is how data looks like. It's going to show me a preview. A preview is how the data looks like. Like it's telling me the data you want to import, how does it look like? So it shows me a preview of how my data looks like before I import it. So this is a preview. Now there are three options at this bottom. We have the load, we have transform, and we have cancel. If I click on load, it doesn't take me to Power Query. It just takes me straight into my software. Then I can start visualization or starting my visualization. That's if I click on load. But if I click on transform data, it takes me into the Power Query editor. Now the Power Query editor is where I can do my major data cleaning. Cleaning means I remove duplicates, standardize my data, just correct anything that is wrong with my data before I import it finally. So now we want to do some cleaning on this data set I want to import. Then now we click on transform data. So now this is the Power Query window. This is the Power Query. This is the Power Query. Now this is where data cleaning is done in Power BI. I first said when we started this class, I said Power BI is only for visualization. We use Power BI for data cleaning. We use Power BI for the visualization. We use it for data modeling. We use it for data enrichment. And you do calculations to in Power BI. That is data analysis expression. That is DAX. Now, one of the things that makes me know what is wrong with my data is all these um I don't what's the right word to use now? All these heading at the top basically. That's where I can easily cite mistakes or errors in my data. Now, if you go to this view tab, I have some properties checked already. For example, this column distribution, column profiling, then column quality. If I uncheck them, you will see the difference in how the data will look now. If I uncheck, if I uncheck, you can see basically this each column is not really giving me a lot of information. It's just giving me the name of the column and then the data that are in the rows. But if I click on column profile and I click on a particular profile, it gives me information about that particular profile. Now this is retailer type now. Now it tells me the different retailers that we have in these data sets. Now we have error in this retailer type. Okay, I think somebody wants to join the call. So now I'm clicking on this column profile. Then I also click on this column distribution, and then I'll be checking this column quality also. So let me see. So the first thing is we have the data type. For this first, let me reduce this so you see what I'm saying clearly. For this first column now, that is other dates. You can see from the information at the top, it said empty one or less than 1% is empty, right? Then we have the data type. Data type is a what? Is a calendar. I can change the data type if I want. If I click on this small dialog box at the left hand side of these other dates, there are different options for what the data type can be. So I can choose any one of them. Assuming this other date was not having the correct data type, which is date, I can change it. Now, in this data type, we have both the date and the time. Let's say I don't need the time for anything in my data, so I just want the date. I'll just click on this dialog box, then I'll click on only the date. So now it comes back with only the date for me, right? It comes back with only the date for me. So one thing that that is special about these data cleaning processes that on this right hand side you have these apply steps. The apply steps, it shows you in chronological order the changes you are making to your data. So immediately I changed my data type from date and time to just date. It shows in my apply steps that, oh, I changed type. Can you see now? Change type. So it shows, right? So any changes I'm making in this um, Power Query editor, all the steps I'm making, it shows at this right hand side under apply steps. So as I'm making those changes, it shows. As I'm making those changes, it shows. Now let me do the same for this ship date. Ship date. I don't want the time, I only want the date. So I'll change the data type to just date. Then now this is where it gets interesting. For this red city, for this red city, if I check under the um okay, let's first check. We have 44 distinct under this in this column. We've already clicked on the column profile, so it shows us the profile. This is the profile at this base. Then the column distribution is what is underneath this column heading. So it is telling us that we have 44 distinct and 11 unique. 44 distinct and 11 unique. There's a problem with this data with this particular column. Reason being that we are supposed to have basically zero unique and some distinct. You know, this column is actually storing the cities, it's storing cities that probably sales were made. So we have Calgary, we have London, we have Calgary, we have now the mistake here is, can you see the spelling of Chicago? This is not the correct spelling for Chicago, anyways. So these are mistakes and it needs to be corrected. And the additional mistakes you can see here is that there may be space. We call it leading and lagging space. Leading and lagging space. For example, this column now, if you check the way the first one is written and the way the second one is written, there's a particular space at the back of this column that is not needed. So now it's the software is going to see this one as a unique state, also this one as a unique state. In a sense, they should be the same state. So there are different ways you can solve this problem. One of the easiest way to solve this is by, if you come up to this column heading and you right click, you have different options. I think one of the easiest way you can do it is replace values. If I go to replace values, let me check if we are still together. Sorry, are we still together before I keep on talking? Okay, thank you. So if I go to replace values, if I right click on the column heading and I go to replace values, I can if I go to replace values, so it's going to prompt me, it's going to show me a dialog box now. Values to find and value to replace with. So let's say I want to find column, or there's a space at the front, and I want to replace it with column that has no space at the front. Then I just click on OK. It should make some changes. Now changes has been made. So you can see now we had 11 unique before, but now we have 10 unique and we have 44 distinct, 43 distinct now. Now anywhere it sees this column now, it replaces with the correct one. So so now you can see that what I just did now, it is in this apply step, it shows. But that method of um finding and replacing can be a lot. That is, it can take more time. So there's another method whereby you can do that. So another method is, follow me closely. It's kind of a longer method, but it is more easier. If I right click on this column now, I will go to add as new query. Add as new query. So if I go to add as new query, it brings me the list of all the columns. So then I turn it to a table. Then I will right click on it again. Then to table, to table, to table. I just click on OK. So now it's now a table. It's now in a table format with all the states or all the cities basically. So now I want to group by the number of each that we have. I want to group. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on group by. This is a kind of a long process, so you may not get it at once, but I think this section is being recorded. You can always watch it later to grab the full scope. So I'll go to group by, then I'll go by count. So the new column name is going to be count. So I'm going to group it by count. So I'll click on OK. So now it counts the number of times each of these cities appear. basically. The number of time each of these cities appear, so it counts it out. But and the ones that even has mistakes, can you see Austin now? Austin, this only appears one time. That's why it's unique. But then it's a mistake. I'm going to sort this by. I will sort it from sort descending. So it's count from the highest to the lowest. So now these are the correct ones at the top. Los Angeles, Austin. You can see they have more numbers. These are the correct ones at the top. We have Los Angeles, we have Austin, we have Chicago, we have New York. But then we have all these ones that have the high numbers. They are the correct ones. We see this London now. It has a wrong spelling and it appears 3 times. So we don't need all those ones. NYC, that's New York City, one time. Los Angeles, blah blah blah. All these ones that appears one time, they are wrong. The method of inputting is wrong, so we don't need them. So now I'm going to filter this now. I'm going to filter. I'm going to filter it by. I only want to see the correct one, so I'm going to so anyone that is not greater than 5, I'm going to filter it out. So I'm going to do greater than 5, greater than 5. Then I'll click on OK. So it shows me the correct cities we are correct name. So there's a problem here. I'm going to change the data type for these cities to test. It's not supposed to be number. I change to test. So that's going to be test. Yeah. If you check this my right window under apply steps, can you see that everything I'm doing it is recording it here. So if I want to go back, there's no control Z in Power Query window. There's no control Z. If I want to cancel the step that I've made before, what I will do is I will cancel the step from here. So you don't do control Z in Power Query. So I have all these cities. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge. Let me name these let me name this table city. I've named it city now. I have my column one. I have my column one, which is cities. Then I have counts, which is number. That's the data type. Now I want to merge. I'm going to merge this cities column with a similar column in these cells so that it corrects out the wrong state that is in this one in this red city. It's going to correct out. So I'm going to merge. So I'm going to click on. If you check this pane, we have these merge queries here. And there's a drop down. We have merge queries, then we have merge query as new. I'm going to use merge query, not merge as query. If I do use merge query as new, it's going to create another table basically by the time I'm done merging. But I'll do merge queries. If I click on merge queries, then it's going to ask me which table do I want to merge. Of course, the sales table, which column. I'll click on the red city, then city for this one. I'll click on cities. So that's the two column I want to merge. So it's telling me that the selection matches 7,507 out of 7,520, right? Let's do this. Let me match this. Okay. So I've matched those two tables now. So under this city now, this one I'm going to uncheck count. So it's going to show me the cities. Okay. So now this one now we have 33 distinct and zero unique. So that means most of the cities only appear one time. So there's no one that is a wrong input. But then we still have not. Let me drag this to the side of the one that we had before. Please, does anybody understand what I'm doing? Are we lost anyway? Hello, are we lost? I need response, please.
Yeah, with you, sir.
Okay, let me continue. Remember that what we are trying to achieve is we are trying to clean the data because some cities were inputted wrongly, and to be replacing one after the other is going to cause it's going to take a lot of time. So that's why we created another table for cities from the first table of sales. That's we did that as new query. We turn it to a table. We remove this the ones that has mistakes. So we are left with the correct ones at the top. Then we merge the tables together. So now if you check, I want to bring this beside the city. This is the one that we merge. Cities dot cities. I want to bring beside this red city here. Now if you compare, we have this is the one that was in the table initially. This is the new one that we merged. If you check, we have colon, we have Brisbane, we have Zurich, but then this one is saying null. Then we have Tianjin, we have London, it's telling us null. So what we're going to do is the first one that I did, the first merge I did, we call it exact merge. Exact merge. It's an exact merge in the sense that it's just going to pick what is saying from one side to another. Whatever is not recognized, it leaves it out. That's why it's Zurich is not showing in this place and it's telling us no. There's another type of merge. It is called the fuzzy merge. Now I'm going to do another merge now. So you see the difference. So I will go back to my sales. I'll go back to that merge queries again. I'll click on merge queries. The column I want to merge from the original table, which is this red city. This cities or city is a new one that we just got by merging. Then I'll go back, click on my city. Then I'll click on cities again. Now, what I didn't do the other time is that I didn't check this use fuzzy matching to perform the match. So I'm going to check this use fuzzy match now. Use fuzzy match. Now, the thing is that now we have an increase number. We have 7,517 is margin out of 7,520. I think we just have like how many left? That's just like three that is left. So I'm using fuzzy merge now. Fuzzy merge. So I'm going to click on OK. OK. So now we have another city table. We have another city table. So I'm going to click on this and uncheck the count. And I'll click on OK. So now we have the cities here. But I think we still have some null values, maybe like three null values. And then I'm going to take it to the side of the original city in this data. Let me move it to the side. You can just drag and drop your column if you want to move it from one place to another. So I'll move it to the side. Now, the first column that we have is the red city. That's the one that came with the table. This is the first one that we did for the margin, the exact match. The one that we did the exact match that we didn't use fuzzy margin. Now this one, cities.cities.1, this is the one that we now use fuzzy margin. Now what you will notice is that this one now we have less of null. For this place now that was Zurich, in this first one now it was not, but now it's showing us Zurich, right? Now it has filled up most of the spaces basically. Now in this first one it was London, double N at the end, and it's wrong, right? Now the first merge was just not. Now the second merge is giving us the correct spelling. It's giving us the correct spelling. So everything we've been doing now, these are process of data cleaning, because I'm trying to get the correct city name This first one we had 43 distinct and 9 unique. All these 9 unique, they are wrong value types. But now under this city.cities one, we only have 33 distinct. Those are the number of cities that we have. So there's no other one that is and 0 unique. And I think we still have some nulls. I can remove my nulls if I want. There's a data cleaning aspect I can use and remove my nulls. But then let me check where we have nulls and see what's really the problem. So for this one that we have null now, okay, the spelling here is Chicago, and this is a wrong spelling. It's not supposed to be Chicago. It's supposed to be the correct spelling should be Chicago. So we can take note of that. Then another one we have NYC. NYC should be New York City, but then so it's that's why it's telling us on there. The other one is MELB. MELB should be Melbourne, but then it's showing us null. So how do we take care of these ones? There's something we call table transformation. So what I can do is that I can create a new table, right? I want to create a new table by myself. Then I'll click on enter data. I'll click on enter data. So what's the name of this my table? Let me name it transform table. Transform table. Then in this column, I'm going to put the correct spelling for each. This is going to be from this going to be from then this will be two, sorry. So I'm going to put the correct spelling. Now the first one is Chicago, right? Chicago. This is the way it was written, and it should be Chicago. We have another one that was NYC, and that should be New York City. Then we have another one that was MELB, and that should be Melbourne, right? Melbourne. So I'm going to create this table. I'm telling you that it's going to move from Chicago to Chicago, from NYC to New York, then from MELB to Melbourne. So that's the changes I want to make in that my sales table. So I'm going to click on OK. So I'm creating this transformation table now. So I shall have another table in this query window. So I have another table. So the data format is correct. We have the data format is test. Okay, make sure the data format is correct. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge again, but then I won't start from the beginning. I'm going to go to the last merge I did, the one that I did with fuzzy merge, which is this merge queries one. The first one we did was this one merge query, the exact merge. Then this one is going to be the one we did with the fuzzy merge. So I'm going to double click on this. I can enter if on an apply step. I can go back and do some changes. So I'm going to click on options. Then this place where we have the transformation table, I'm going to click on the transform table. Now, perfect. Now, the other time we only use fuzzy merge. Now, this time around, I'm using transform table. Now, you can see that we have 7520 of 7520s, 7520. So this one captures everything, including the ones that had mistake before. So if I click on OK now, it's going to, if I click on OK, it's going to do complete cleaning of that particular column. So we should not have any null value again. Should not have any null value again. So can you see in this place you have 100% valid, zero error, and zero empty. So now I'm done editing this query. I'll just go back and click on this last query I did. So it's going to implement all the changes. So if we go back to that city column, the new city column that we created, we should not have any null value again. We should not have any null value. So this is it. Beautiful. Now we have beautiful. We have 32 distinct and zero unique. And I'm very sure we don't have any null again. So if you scroll down, can you see there's no null value? So this place there was not value before, but then there's no not value again. We have Berlin. So this place that we have MELB before, and it's showing us on now we have Melbourne, and that was because of the transformation table. So we did fuzzy magic with transformation table to completely clean everything. So this way that we have NYC, now we have New York City, and for the others like that. Now these two columns here, this first one I don't need it again. I can remove this column. If I want to remove a column, I'll just right click, then I'll click on remove. This other one that cities also, I don't need it also. So I will click on it and remove. Sorry, it's loading. It goes without saying you should have a system with a good computing power to be able to run Power BI H3 because it actually takes a lot of computing power on your system. So I'm going to remove this other one to this city. Can you see this one? We have MC 1%. So I'm going to remove this column. We don't need it again. We have the more richer column. I'm going to remove it. So I have this column now, cities. Everything here is correct. So I can rename. If I want to rename this column now, I will double click on this heading. I'll just type in cities. So that's the new column that we have. So can you see all these steps we went through just to achieve cleaning a column? Just to achieve cleaning a column. All the steps we went through. We did exact match, we did fuzzy match, then we did fuzzy match plus transformation table to get the exact cities for this. So this is just cleaning one of the columns now. So now we go back to can continue going through the rest of the columns and see if there are other columns that need cleaning. We have this other method type. I think this column is okay. We have urgent. This is a boolean column. Is a yes or no column. So we are good. Are we still together? Are we still together? Anybody?
Yes.
Okay. So let me continue. Now this retailer type. The next column here we have retailer type. This retailer type has issues, and the issue that it has is similar to the first to the cities column because these are different retailers in different cities, right? Then the way the person that imputed the name imputed it is actually not good. Now this first one, if you check, we have sports store. Then this one we have sports story. So there's a mistake in spelling. We have for this one we have leading space at the front. Different sort of errors. So if I were to clean this data now, if I were to clean this data, I'm going to go through the exact process I did for the cities column. I will go through the exact process I did for the city column. So that's the exact process I'm going to use in cleaning this column. I want to end this class by 10. So for the purpose of time and of course the highest time we can use on the free Google Meet call is an hour, and I'm already getting notification of 10 minutes left here. So I won't be able to do the cleaning for this retailer type on this call. There's going to be a follow-up call where we are going to continue on this class. I'm going to do the cleaning of this one, But I don't know if for people that have system, yeah, this can be a good avenue for you to practice. If you have a system, it's a good avenue for you. If you need the data, I can send it to you. You just request it in my DM. So for this class, I'll be stopping here for now. So basically, this class has introduced us to Power BI essentially. As I mentioned from the beginning of the class, Power BI is more than a visualization tool. It is more than a visualization tool. We do data cleaning in Power BI. We do data modeling in Power BI. We do calculations in Power BI. But if you mention Power BI to people, what they say most of the time is, oh, it is used for visualization, which is not always the case. Of course, we use it for visualization, but not all the time. And we also did introduction to the different pans on the software, how to bring data into the software, and then we worked on the Power Query Editor. The Power Query Editor is where you do your data cleaning. That's where we are currently. That's where we are currently with the Power Query Editor, where you do your data cleaning. You check your data, you check for your data types. We have different data types. There are different. If you want to remove duplicates, if I right click on this column, I can replace values, I can fill down, I can remove duplicates, remove errors. So these are data cleaning processes. Depends on the data you are working with, it informs the decision you desire to take in your cleaning process. So I'll be stopping here. I'll be stopping here in our in our other class. I will send the modalities to the group page. I'll send modalities to we do more of data cleaning. Then we move from data cleaning to data modeling. Because before you can go to your visualization, you have to model your data. And that is connecting columns columns that are of the same that connecting tables, and the tables you are connecting, they will have a shared column. They have a shared column. That is a column that has basically the same properties that is common to both tables. So that's why I'll be stopping for this night. Does anybody have any question? Does anybody have any question before I end this call? I recorded this session, so I'll be uploading it on my YouTube channel. So I'll drop the link later. So I hope the recording is okay. So for anybody that needs it later, you can go back and watch. Pending our next class.